Okay, so this video is about trigger shifters versus grip shift. And I'm kind of blown away. I'm just going to stick with the theme. I'll make another video about the history of like this grip shift nonsense, which is nothing more than just nonsense. I mean, it's unbelievable how sometimes you have really great products and they evolve and they take over the market. It's really nice. You look back, you're like, wow, this is really great stuff. And sometimes you have really crap stuff that takes over really good stuff and develops a brand in the most complicated, most ridiculous, nonsensical way. And that's what GripShift has actually done, turned into SRAM. But GripShift, started out with some of the worst crap on earth. And I think all grip shifters are bad. But at the same time, I'll make a video about this. Saks, like 25 plus years ago, had some really, really, really nice grip shifters. I mean, if you put them in your hand, you felt the quality and they were just so nice. So I'll make a video about like the history of grip shift, which is just a farce. Big company now. I'm happy they're big. They're doing a great job, but how it happened is obviously illegitimate. Obviously it's not because they had a better product. You know what I mean? Really, their product was inferior in every way, but no big deal. Now they're doing good, so it's nice. Anyway, trigger shift or grip shift. So now this is a completely different thing. It's grip shift in the general context, just for everybody's understanding. Grip shift was the name of the company. SRAM's earlier name was grip shift, just so everybody knows. And then they changed the SRAM. All right, so now it's a general grip shift of all grip shifters versus all trigger shifters. And there's just no comparison. Grip shifters do not compete with trigger shifters in any way. Okay, really, they're not. It's tougher on your wrist. It's not as comfortable. What you need, I mean, there's some really crappy trigger shifters. Okay, like I'll give credit. So there is some crap out there, but I think even the crappy ones are better grip shift. You can break and shift at the same time with trigger shifters. You can't do that grip shift. I'll agree that's not a very common dynamic. I mean, I don't do that too often, or hardly ever. But I'd rather have more functionality. And at the same time, I just don't want any stress on my wrist. I think it's important to keep and light action trigger shifters are like the bomb. They're perfect. The deal is what I've learned recently is push pull triggers are different than push push triggers. And not necessarily quality wise, though I do think they're better quality as well. The reason I say they're different and they're better push pull because every time I get on a push push trigger shifter system, I'm always confused. Is the top one up? Is the bottom one up? What the hell are they doing here? And it takes me a long time because I have that question every time I use it for quite a long time. So you get on the bike, it's like you mess up, you get on again, you keep riding, you mess up, and you just keep messing up. And it's really interesting when you have push pull trigger shifters, you learn instantly. It's like the craziest thing. I don't get it. But the minute you have a push pull, you might mess up one, twice tops. But with the push push, it's like I see myself always screwing up with the gears. And push pull, it just never screw up the gears. So I think that's really the way to go. In addition, honestly, the push pulls I've used over the years are much higher quality. I mean, just much lighter action and much higher quality. In addition, I think it's better not to use your thumb for every shift, using your index finger. The pull thing is the index finger. So you're distributing the stress between two fingers instead of one. So you're less likely for thumb injuries and stuff like that. Yeah, so as far as especially on touring, I mean, grip shift is just God bless. I mean, it's gonna mess up your wrist on a tour if you try to go that route. Well, it might not mess up your wrist, but as a positive probability messing up your wrist, and I'd rather take a zero probability than a positive probability any day of the week, right? So yeah, trigger shifters obviously for a tour and even just recreational riding, I think it's better. And push pull is the way to roll instead of a push push system. And I'll make another video about just the company that was named Grip Shift and their evolution, which is it just goes to show something is not right, right? Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff going on the market. Thank you for watching.